I wanted to take a few minutes today to talk about some of the differences between the Glock Gen 4s and the Glock Gen 5s. The Glock Gen 5s came out not long ago, and of course they were met with either a world of criticism or a lot of fanfare. It really depends on what you think about Glocks. There are some people that love Glocks, there are some people that hate Glocks, and you can find that same mentality in virtually any manufacturer on the market. As for me, I will just put my biases out there. I'm a Glock fan, I'm a Smith & Wesson fan, I'm a SIG fan, and I just like most manufacturers. There are very few manufacturers that I am not a fan of. However, I choose, for my own personal protection, I carry a Glock. That's just me. It's been my experience with them. You guys out there that are Smith fans or some other manufacturers, I would lose an argument with you. You know, what works for you is what you need to go with. In fact, I actually talk about that in a previous video that I did. Now, the Glock Gen 4, this particular gun I've had thousands of rounds through, never had any issues whatsoever. The Gen 5 I do not have as many rounds through, but again, I've not had any issues with the gun. One of the most talked about things, the differences between these two, is on the grip. And both of these guns have been safety checked, and just to show you, drop the magazine and you can see there is nothing in the chamber. And the big difference between the two is the grip. We'll go ahead and safety check the Gen 5. Again, nothing in the chamber. You can see here on the Gen 5, it does not have the finger grooves. The Gen 4, as well as the Gen 3, does have the finger grooves. Now for me, I have no problem with the finger grooves. They seem to fit my hand fine. I have had no issues with them, but I can understand why some people may not like the finger grooves, depending on your hand size, that sort of thing. That is one of the deciding factors if you're in the market for one and you're trying to decide between the two. Just simply pick one of them up and see which one is the most comfortable in your hands. I do like the feel of the Gen 5. You know, I didn't know how much I would like it until I actually got my hands on one myself, and I do like the feel of it. It seems to be fine. I really like it. It seems to feel good in the hand, but again, also my Gen 4 does as well. Both of these guns come with different size back straps where you can add a back strap, you know, even one with the beaver tail. In fact, I'll show you what I'm talking about here. This is what both guns come with. You can put whatever size back strap on your pistol. For me, for both of these guns, I'm just running them just like they came. I do not have any addition added to either one of these guns. For quite a while, I did have the larger back strap on this one, but I finally just decided to take it off. Just, you know, tried the gun without it. It seemed to feel just a little bit better without it. I seemed to like it a little bit more, and so I just left it off. And it works great, just like it is. It feels good in my hands again, and even with the finger grooves, I've had no issues with it. So that's just up to you. You know, pick up both guns, see which one you like the best. Another noticeable difference between these two pistols is the way that the slide is cut. You can see that it is beveled off on the Gen 5. The Gen 4 is just squared off. The Gen 5 has the bevel. Now, one of the criticisms, and I will go along with this, is the frame to slide, the way that they meet right here. If you rub your finger over it, that's just extremely rough right there. That is not smoothed off the way that I think that it should be. I do think that Glock could have done just a little bit better job beveling the frame here to match that slide a little bit better. You know, that if that's the only criticism, then you know that's no big deal. There's not going to be any gun out there that I have seen or have handled that I can't find something that I don't like about it. I mean, that's just the nature of it. You take the good with the bad. And again, this gun, I love it. I'm admitted, I am a Glock fan, so that's why I've got both of these pistols. and I've had no issues with either one. Magazines are interchangeable. This is a Gen 5 magazine here. You can see with the orange follower. I think that I have no problem with either magazine. I kind of like that orange follower. That way you can just easier to check the gun if you have the mag inserted. If it's low light especially, that orange will show up just a little bit better than the blacked out magazine. And the magazines are interchangeable. This is the magazine from the Gen 4. It works fine in the Gen 5. No problem whatsoever. And the same with the Gen 5 magazine. It will work fine in the Gen 4. No problem whatsoever. There you can see that orange follower. Now the only thing about having the difference in the magazines is the base plates. I want you to look at the base plates here. There is a little bit of difference between the Gen 4 and the Gen 5 magazines. The Gen 5 magazines, the base plate sticks out just a little bit longer, and also in the grip there is a little bit more of a cutout. What that is for is if you need to strip that mag out. If you have a malfunction, a double feed or something like that, and you need to strip the magazine out of that gun, that little added lip is intended to be able to give you a little more grip on that. And you can see there I'm holding it easily from just that magazine. It's intended to give you just that little more, something else to grab a hold to be able to pull that magazine out of the gun. There are a few internal changes. I'm not going to break these down and get into all those differences there. There's tons of videos out there that get into some of the specifics. The triggers on these guns are different as well. That's another noticeable fact about them. Again, we are unloaded, but just to show you what I'm talking about with the trigger on the Gen 5, when you press it, you can feel just a little bit of difference. Okay, reset right about there. You can feel just a little bit of difference in the trigger on the Gen 5 compared to the Gen 4. Not a lot, but it is a subtle difference that you can feel. And as far as which one is better, again, that choice is up to you. Get your hands on one and press the trigger and decide for yourself. But guys, this is just a quick video that I wanted to do. Been intending to do this for a while. I just wanted to talk about a few of the differences between these two pistols, give you just a little bit of an overview about them. If you're still trying to decide if you're in the market for one or the other and you don't know which one to go with, all I can tell you again is to get your hands on one, see which one feels better in your hand, because either way you cannot go wrong with either one of these two guns, in my opinion. They're great, they're reliable. Foresee no problems with the Gen 5 as far as, you know, getting the rounds through it. Again, I've had thousands of rounds through this one. You can see where it has been beat up. You've seen it in a lot of my other videos, scratched up. You know, so it's been a great gun, and I have no doubts whatsoever that this one is going to be just as reliable. Guys, just a quick video I wanted to do for you. Thanks for watching. Let me hear from you guys. Which is your favorite of the generations of Glocks, all the way back to the first generation? Which is your favorite generation of the Glocks, if you're a Glock fan? If you're not, you know, what is your favorite gun? What type of gun do you prefer over the Glock? Anyways, guys, let me hear from you. Be sure to check out the links down in the description. Also, be sure to visit my website at boomsticktactical.com. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.